To start off, can you just begin by telling us a bit about your background as a dancer and then what first inspired you to bring strength training into the ballet world?
Yeah, so I grew up dancing all sorts of styles at a studio. And when I got to high school, I was on my high school dance team, as well as doing studio dance and doing some competitions as well. And I never fully felt like I was like the greatest dancer. I felt like I was good enough, but I didn't feel like I didn't feel that wow factor for myself, and I wasn't really, like, getting that from other people either. But then when I went to college, I knew I wanted to still keep dancing, and I discovered dance science, which was a bit of kinesiology and dance combined, and, that was really intriguing to me because it seemed like there were a lot more opportunities in dance science besides just being a dancer. You could do all sorts of different career paths from there. And so that's when I went to Cal State Long Beach, and I did my dance science undergraduate degree there. And I discovered fitness and decided to start working out a little bit. I'd gone to the gym in high school a little bit, and my dad was always going to the gym every morning before work, but I never fully knew what to do and kind of was like, oh, it's just something you do, I guess. I wasn't really into it. But when I started going to the gym in college, I realized that it had a direct impact on my dancing, and especially because I was dancing every day as a dance major and then would go to the gym maybe 3 times a week. I started noticing I didn't have any, like, lower back pain anymore because that was a problem for me throughout college. My jumps were higher, my legs were higher. I felt like I was actually getting better in dance rather than feeling like I was kind of just barely keeping up or kind of like dragging through technique classes every day. There's still a little bit of that as just like your body is so tired, but it really gave me this whole new perspective of dance and what fitness could do for dance. So I kind of started going down that path and getting my personal training certification and getting certified in Pilates as well with a dance specialization. And I started teaching Pilates to actually the general population first, like non dancers. And I think that was really helpful because it forced me to have to learn the movement and explain the movement in different ways, work with different body types. Dancers are so easily able to pick things up, but somebody who's not a dancer might not be able to do that, and that was definitely a challenge, but, from there, I transitioned into working with dancers, got my master's degree in dance science from Trinity Laban in London, UK, and from there started a business and kind of combined all of those fields into one big umbrella, and now I mostly do strength training for dancers. I Everything that I do is rooted in education and the why behind what we're doing and the exercises we're doing. And so that education and training piece combined is what I'm really passionate about, especially for younger dancers that don't have access to this kind of training and it's not normalized. So that's where I mostly am every day now is in that business.
Yeah, that's all so great and so important. You have a business called Body
Uh-huh.
Kinect. Can you talk a little bit about that and kind of how you started that and what that business, sort of the mission is of that business?
Yeah, the I started Body Connect right after grad school. I actually started it with a couple friends from grad school. We wanted it to be dance science education, like workshops and bringing that to studios. And eventually it formed into my own business and I combined the training element with it. And I noticed that there was just like a need for it in the dance community. And dance science was really prevalent in college students and professional dancers, because that's where the research lies. But what about all of those younger dancers that are building their foundation from the ground up and that are more susceptible to injuries at a younger age when they're not fully grown or they don't have as like much bone density as an adult does, and how the parents can really get involved too, because parents want their kids to be safe and healthy as well. And with the ever growing competitive nature of studio dance and the all of the new tricks that are added in and all the different stretching techniques, all of these new things. I really wanted something that could bring you back to basics and teach you the foundation so you are focused on injury prevention. So I built the business around that, and now we're mostly online. I do some in-person things like traveling to studios to do workshops, and I teach at conferences and teacher summits and things like that, which I love. But my day to day is mostly online because we have training plans and programs and one on one clients and online courses, all sorts of things that kind of meet people where they're at.